Hi everyone, right, so we're trying this out today, so I'm having a bit of practice using the microphone. I'm going to be trying to talk for a few shots while we're doing line-up and things, and we'll just see how things go. Obviously from a coaching point you get people asking loads of questions. I'm not saying I've got all the answers. I don't think anyone really has all the answers, and that's my opinion, because everyone has different answers of what shot to play, how to play it, where to be for your next shot and things like that. I think a big thing really is as long as you've got a good understanding of what you're doing with a cue ball and what you're looking to do, and being able to be confident and strike the ball, then it's going to put you in a good stead. So we're going to have a few attempts at lineup. Like I say, I'm going to be just saying what kind of shot I'm looking to play. If we break down, then obviously we'll break down. First time doing this, so mistakes will happen anyway, and we'll see where we're at. So I'm just going to do a little soft screw for the black. And then I'm just going to come up back on my side now with a little screw just for the reds. Obviously, you're your own ball boy when you're practicing a lot of the time. I'm just going to come across, so second red up from the black. Just come across for the black. So pretty straight now. So I'm just going to look to, rather than just rolling through, I'm just going to look to come back off the cushion out for the reds. And everyone will have their own way of playing these things. I'm just doing something a bit different today. I've come kind of in between here, so I'm going to look to just stun off the cushion back out to the black. And for those that don't really know what a stun is, there's different ways of playing a stun. If you've seen people on telly and stuff explaining, all these other coaches that are out there, you've got just above middle, which can create like a bit of a punch through, stun run through as we call it, middle of the white, or just below middle. So I'm just going to come off the cushion back out now again. So I'm going to look to come off two cushions. So I'm going to hit it with a bit of bottom right and come round two cushions just to get back out in the table. Not hit that great, to be fair. So second red above the pink. I'm just going to do a little stun screw just to come back into this area, just for pink into the corner. And one thing I'd say is, have a look at what your next shot is. So here now again, so I'm just off straight, so we can just screw back a little bit for the top red, or the two reds just below the pink. And I'm not going to lie, at this point, I'm not even counting what I'm on because I'm too busy thinking about what I'm saying and what I'm doing. We'll just see how we get. So I'm just going to stun across now to the black. And now I'm just going to look to come off the cushion and play for either the red next to the black or the red in the middle out with the three. It's just about just committing to the shots. Okay, so I've gone slightly too far now, which has left me a bit of an awkward angle. Now, I have got red into the middle, but for anyone that's played on my table, the middle's They're not always your friend. So we're just going to look to play a bit of a screw shot with bottom right, just to kind of get it to try and flick out. It's not too bad. We'll take the overscrewed it slightly. So now we're just going to look to just drop the black in, bit of screw, just a very soft one, just so the black just reaches. And then we've just left the red now, so I've got options played into an area. I'm going to take red below the pink, just to come across for the black, just below middle. I'm just above the black now, so I'm literally going to look to play, run it through, just more above middle, drop it in just to leave myself on the two reds. And these are tougher shots what you get when you get in games. Now for the purpose of this, I'm going to go above the second red up. I'm just going to look to drop it in. Which we've got. And now we're back in a bit of a position. We've got an angle on the black, so we can come out now. Go between the bottom left. Got away with that one. But we've come round off two cushions. Like I say, everyone will play them different. You know, with that one there, you could just stun it off. But just trying to give different examples. So we're going to leave that red between pink and black. We're going to play the third red down. We're just going to screw it back. And we're just off straight for the pink, so we're just going to look to come back just a little bit. Probably just didn't come back far enough, but we're okay. We've got a shot, and sometimes that's all you can do is make sure you've got a shot, whatever that shot may be next. So with this one now, we're just going to look to drop it in. So I'm just playing this kind of plain ball. Now we're on the black, so we're just going to look to just below middle, just come up this way of the table now to play on the two reds. Got away with that, cued it bad. Kissed the pink at least though, so it's flicked it out a little bit. I think it's covered this red. It might just be a tight squeeze. We're just going to stun across for the black. The reason why I'm playing this is because then I can look to get rid of that bottom red. But we've hit it terribly. So we're faced with the pink now in the middle. We're going to just screw down the red. Just make sure in the pot. As soon as he says that, he misses. But we got on the red. That's the 10th one. I'm not 100% sure what I got, so when I upload this after, we'll double check. I usually just keep counter scores and things. It's just more because with how my head works and stuff. Obviously, from a coaching point, I get people, my players, to keep track of things, just so we can see how they're kind of developing with certain things. Also, it's sort of, I know they're counting the scores. I'm going to start on the bottom red this time. So we're going to leave a bit of an angle so we can just stun it off the cushion and back out. Now these are tough shots at the best time, so when you're starting, obviously what you're doing So it's just about looking to be confident with the strike. Very easy to kind of your arm go, and you either don't go through the cue ball and you decelerate, or you end up just pushing it. So again, just making sure. Oh, this is playing pretty unforgiving at the minute. So just check the angle. Just make sure to look and connect with that point on the object ball. Oh, it's miles away. We'll have one last go. This is where you can see how it's going wrong as well. Obviously, I see. I'm not going to criticise people because there's a lot of good content out there what people create, and sometimes you don't see it going wrong. Which, for me, if I'm wanting to learn something, I want to see it going wrong when they're doing it. So me doing this video today, you see when it goes well, when it doesn't go well, and trying to explain for the first time on things that I'm doing. There we go, we're off. We've overhit it slightly. We've got a choice though, pink and black, so we're going to stay with the black and just see how the angles are today. So we're playing it just with a bit of right hand side just so it flicks off. We flick the red as well, but we're okay. So we're going to play the red just below the black, just to stun off the cushion, so just below middle, so it comes back off towards me. And it's all well and good doing it in practice with things, it's then taking it into your games. Which, if I'm honest, that's one thing I've struggled with throughout playing snooker. So trying to get people to take it from me when coaching, there's certain things that I understand because I've been there, I've suffered with nerves and things. We're just going to stun back now. The black. Now, because I'm just off straight, we should be able to just punch it just below middle. There's like a bit of a stun screw. And then this red now, I'm just going to do a little soft screw for the black. I've not got a GoPro or anything, so we can't see it from my head, and I'm not sure how easy it would be with having the Dennis Taylors on. So this one now I'm going to stun up again for the red on my side. It's a little bit lower than stun then. Again, now I'm just going to stun across from the bottom red onto the black. And to me, it's just about trying to keep everything pretty much the same. Your routine that you do, from being stood to getting down on the shot, your feathers, just having a confident strike. Sometimes you may put an extra feather in, sometimes you may not, depending on how the frame's going and things. And the one biggest bit of advice I'd say is, if you're not sure, stand up, which can be hard sometimes, because sometimes you're already committed to the shot. Like with this one now, I'm just going to drop it in dead weight, so we're just looking for the red. Now with the pink, I'm just going to, just below middle, just little stun shot across, not too hard. And we line up, you're just kind of playing for areas. I mean, it's snooky, you are really, to be fair, whether it's one red or three reds or anything. So this red here now, I'm just going to stun it down on that side into this area for the black. If you You can leave yourself little angles and you're kind of in a decent position. So now this one I'm just going to top spin off 2. So we've got the white out, so we're in a place again now with options that we've got. So for the purposes now, I'm going to go for the middle red out of these 3 and just drop it in for the blue. But I want to be bulk side, so more towards yellow, green and brown. Even if it's just, and I'm short. So I'm going to be playing on this red, or I could literally look to screw it back just for the 2 reds here, depending on how I was feeling. But we're just going to roll it in, so above middle, a nice pace. And from a coaching point, one thing, I mean, it's kind of helped me practice more solid practice. I think I'm still guilty of being lazy sometimes, and we've not looking. I'm not looking to make a professional. I just want to give a good account of myself, and the way I see it is, as a coach or as an amateur, for someone that works full time. If I'm practicing, putting in some decent practice and getting a couple of good results against people, whether it's in the Q Tour, the English amateur events, seniors, because obviously I'm old enough now. Then my question is to these people that are looking to make a living: what are you doing? I know everyone has bad days, but what are you actually putting in to get what you want out of it? Which is a bit of a hard-hitting question. Could be that you kind of lost. There was a time where I wanted to get back on the tour and things, or try to, and breaks weren't brilliant. So it was a case of just trying and going through. But snooker's been with me for so long, it's kind of hard to leave it alone. So we've left it higher on the blue now, a little bit higher than we wanted. So we're just going to look to play a little bit of a screw shot, really, just to bring the white down here. And it's about judging the pace. Obviously, you don't want to overhit it, but you need to be low enough and get through the cue ball. So you pot the blue and also don't overdo the white. We're happy with that. People say, it's great, you've got a table at home, you must be in here all the time. But when you've worked and then you've coached at night, the last thing you want to do sometimes is then come in here for an hour or so. It is tough. This red now, I'm just going to stun across. And the black now, we're going to kind of do the punchy shot again, just to come up. So between middle and bottom. Got into that a little bit more, but we're in a decent position. So we're going to roll through, so nice and high on the white. We don't need to hit it too hard. Be confident. And I've left it slightly higher, so we're going to play for the red just off the cushion now, just as a stun shot. So you don't really want to be straight. You want to, obviously, you don't really want it lower because it'll be a blind pocket. These are still tough shots, whichever way you left. So just be confident. Make sure the black. We've left it probably slightly more than we wanted. Now all we're going to do is just look to drop it in. So checking the angle you want to hit. Nice and high on the white, just so it takes it away. It looks good. Then we're higher on the black. Now you've got choices. You can either come back off the cushion this way, roll it through. So we're just going to top spin this one. come up slightly more straighter than we wanted. But it's just different shots. Let's have a look how we are with this one. So yeah, so we're going to play with the rest. Obviously, some people might go for the red into the top corner. We're just going to look to drop this in. Looks to have missed. Good ball width apart. So that's part of the lineup. Obviously, it being the first time with the microphone and talking, you know, a lot of concentration's going into what you're saying rather than what you're doing. And hopefully some of this is all right for some people. You know, if anyone walks away from a session, I say it to everyone that I coach, if you walk away at least having one improvement from the session, whatever that may be, you know, technical, mental, you're just having a good session where you've potted the balls and things, then that's a plus point for me as a coach. But when it comes to my practice, you know, I'm just as guilty. I need to tell myself sometimes from a coach's point to knuckle down and things. So we're going to have this last attempt now, just to see where we are. So we're going to start from where the white landed, just so then we're kind of, you know, in a game you wouldn't get to move the white. So we'll start from where it's finished. So with the red just above the black, we're just going to screw it back slightly. Now we've got the black, so we're just going to stun it off the cushion for any of the three reds. And I'm not going to lie to you, with having to speak and this being the first time doing this, I know I've done some videos and stuff, but it's nerve-wracking, so hopefully it's coming across okay. And any feedback's good. I'm going to stun this off the cushion now. No, we're not, we've missed it. But that's kind of where we're at, so I'm just going to carry on now. I'm going to start a new video in a minute of putting a bit of practice in for today. And we'll see where we go. But obviously from a coach's point and from a player's point, any questions or comments or any feedback, by all means, I'm all ears. Any feedback's good feedback as long as it's not someone just being completely negative for the fun of it. But from a coach's point, obviously, if anyone wants to get in touch, happy to help, even if it's a chat. Practice-wise, anyone fancies practice, got my table at home. But I'll be looking to do some more videos with different things. One of which will be the Q Stars, which John Hunter, those snooker players that know about John, has devised Q Stars Academy. I'm going to start doing some videos. I'm going to start from the gold. I've done the bronze and silver from a coaching point, from going through them. I'm going to start doing the gold ones and talking through them. So we'll see how that goes. Could be some epic fails in there, but we'll see how good they are. But anyone's got any questions, drop me a message. Cheers.